Okay, recording. With a clap.
Take one.
Take one.
Take uno.
Are we centered?
I was saying there.
Are we in our balanced center?
I think so. I hope so. In case don't.
Well, if not, then it'll just be either punched in or slightly askew.
Point being, welcome back to
Ask BriGuel.
You can ask something eventually, but in the meantime, we're just gonna ask ourselves and
We've
respond.
got a few questions, but that we can answer. Apropiada.
Apropiadamente.
Apropiadamente.
Look at that. She's learning so quick.
Hablo español, pero no tan bueno como mi esposo.
She means no tan bueno como mi español. Because I do speak Spanish as a nature, like mother tongue, but back to you.
But speaking of mothers, well, first of all, we wanted to...
Speaking of mothers.
Yeah, exactly. That was my little... First of all, we want to say thank you very much to BronxNet. It was awesome to be on the open show with everyone there. Mm-hmm. It was a really lovely crew and an awesome way to start the week.
Yes,
and
thank you so much.
Awesome Monday, and also for the continued love and support. So, muchas gracias. Como se dicen en español, y también en partes de los Estados Unidos.
Yeah. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
By the way, en español, not español, because it's an S. If it was a C, some people would pronounce with a th, but the th only happens when there's a th, not an S. So, just wanted to clarify that.
Thank you for the clarification.
Anytime.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Miguel was asking, he said, yeah, but why is it that there's a TH in English and no one's like making fun of that accent? I said, right, because it's a TH, it's a th.
Yeah.
It's not a
because in Spanish will be t, so it doesn't make any sense. My point being is that some people say that th is related to Spanish, but there's the th think or thought or through that is the same sound, it's just spelled differently. But again, back to you. No?
But again, deep thoughts with BriGuel. Ask BriGuel, what do you think about the th?
Huh?
Okay. So, speaking of the whole BronxNet appearance, it was equally as gratifying and, I don't want to say terrifying, but certainly... I'm much larger than I used to be, which is totally normal and expected considering we're in a final countdown. Final countdown for the baby to arrive. And yet at the same time, I, growing up, had an eating disorder and went through many years of a lot of negative self-talk and a lot of seeing myself in a certain way. So to see myself the way that I am now is, it's a thing.
It's been an impact.
Yeah. Thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't feel bad about it.
You shouldn't.
Which is good.
Because it's only natural and you look beautiful.
I love you. Right, it's only natural, that I understand, but it's really fascinating what happens to the body. And I've had a very, very smooth pregnancy, so I'm incredibly, incredibly grateful for that. Little symptoms here and there, things that they don't let you know when you're not pregnant, like you may not feel your leg for 2 weeks, and then you're like, what's going on? Why can't I feel my leg? Oh, baby's sitting on nerves, or certain smells that come out of your body that you're like, well, okay, I guess...
all of them great.
Look at this guy. Huh? Where did I get this guy?
In a sewage. No.
Thankfully not. But it's definitely been an interesting road. It's opened up my awareness to the magnificence of the human body. Like, we don't even realize how incredible our systems are. It is trillions and trillions of cells working perfectly and like allowing my what was once a flat stomach, which will be again, to expand and carry this life inside of me that is moving and dancing and has her own way of thinking and being.
You became someone's home.
I have. So strange. And the way the rest of the body also like accounts for it, you know, in terms of like my body preparing to be able to feed the baby also, or just the fact that like my hair is growing faster and thicker, and just certain things that I don't even have to think about it, and it's just happening. And I have a lot of respect and appreciation for all women especially, but also fathers, because it's been a lot of work on Miguel as well, and I especially have so much just awe and appreciation and respect for women who are doing this on their own. But the partner is 100% wow, like thank you to all and every person who's ever brought a child into this world, and their partner as well, because there's a lot of work on the partner as well.
On that note, I want to say kind of the same, how much this pregnancy has made me respect and value a woman. It's just amazing that you can do that, you know. It's both made me respect and appreciate women more than ever, and also respect and appreciate and love the fact that I'm a man, because I don't have to go through this whole thing, you know. But
lucky guy.
But I'm with you. I'm with you there. You know what I mean?
He's been great.
I wish I could go and take some of the, you know, things that are not so comfortable, but that's not how it works. Somehow, sorry and thank you and all of that. But yeah, I think you're doing great, and I think the birth itself is gonna be great also.
Yeah, we're going natural. That's the plan right now. Natural meaning no drugs, coming through
Good
the
position.
way nature intended, and lots of deep breathing, lots of
massage,
meditation, lots of massage,
back to that.
Lots of massage. Which, again, partners, thank you. But we'll see. That's the goal. We'll keep you posted. We're considering filming it.
Yeah.
They won't.
we were considering
We'll
going live, which we never do. Maybe it's the first time to go live.
That's when we'll go live.
On Instagram, because I don't think they
YouTube,
can blur.
Instagram, we'll go live. Why not?
I don't think they can blur the blood
Broadcast.
at that point. That's not how it works. We might be cancelled after that, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see about it.
We'll see. But it's definitely something. The thing that I'm also really happy about is that I don't feel nervous about that. If anything, the concern that the concern that I have is more about balancing life with a babe. How we're going to make that a reality, because there's definitely an awareness of like my well-being and my like how I thrive, and the way that I love to live life is by creating and doing. That doesn't mean all the time. You know, there's definitely the balance of doing and then retracting, I guess, if you will, or going inward.
You need to be very productive.
Being present, but I love creating, I love doing, I love making things. But at the same time, I completely recognize that now there's going to be this new soul.
And I think that's going to be creative enough for a long time to just keep that soul around here, you know, and just that creativity of how do you approach, how do you talk to it, So I think we won't miss it, at least for the first few months.
We're definitely busy right now because, you know, we're in the final stretch. Putting together projects to come out over the next couple of weeks and months, so that there is still a BriGuel presence, even if, I mean, I feel like you'll see us. I'm gonna look how I'm gonna look.
If you can't move from the bed, I'll bring the camera down there. We'll do it and ask BriGuel. Ask Brianne how she's feeling afterwards. You know, we can, you know, you can open up about it.
Yeah. Well, I will be very opened up. That's for sure. But that's definitely something that, you know, back to what I was talking about before, as far as seeing myself looking this way has definitely been a huge shift and transformation, because 15, 20 years ago, if I had seen myself like this, it would be a very different,
very shocking perspective
and an allowance and acceptance of it, you know, and I think that that's also something really important, is that we do put a lot of importance on how we look on the outside. And it's been a challenge because I feel really good in spite of the little things. You know, of course, I have all these little pregnancy symptoms.
Yeah.
But
I think at the end of the day, looking how much it matters to look good at the outside is more related to health than the looks itself. You know, because I want to take care of myself also, to be able to be in good shape for the baby, and you know, so I can
and
play with it, and for
yeah.
ourselves, because you know we're together, so we need to respect each other and want to look good for each other, you know. So I can't just let myself just go and.
Well, and even the project, you know, the difference that we made in collaboration with Andres Gonzalez and Holistic Life Foundation, so much of what we're talking about is like, okay, providing children, but human beings with tools so that we can live and thrive rather than struggle to survive. And even when you're aware of those tools, which by the way, are all encompassing, like mind, body, spirit, right? It's not just like get your mind right. It's not just get your spirit, your heart, your emotions right. It's not just get your body right. It's all of the above. And so whenever there's like a wrench thrown in one of them, how do we respond? Like what are the tools? And in many cases it's, I guess, first working with the mind, right? Because me seeing myself a certain way, even though I feel great, is something that happens in the mind first, right? Because I feel good and my body's doing everything that it's supposed to be doing. I've had a very smooth, healthy pregnancy. So it's the mind, like, oh my goodness, my face is very rotund. I don't have a jawline anymore.
Which I love. Now there's more of you, so I love you even more. You know, there's more to love. You know, so that's a good thing.
But definitely in my mind is the whole thing of, you know, whether it's past thoughts or the way in which a lot of our culture is, like women looking a certain way, men looking a certain way too. But the way that you look on the outside, so then of course like readjusting that of like, this is how I look right now and this is the way that it is, and it's obviously for a fantastic cause and fantastic reason.
And I think it's great.
A little baby will come out very soon. And I think it's also cool to come into the thought of everything is temporary, everything is change. The only constant is change. So yes, this is the way that it is right now. I can still love myself and love my existence and embrace and accept and love that. And
enjoy this now, because then it's gonna be gone and I'm gonna miss this belly. You know, I do miss also pre-belly, but I will miss this belly, and it can only happen a few times. You know.
Yes, we're not gonna
have 7 kids.
No.
Even though I tried to push it, but unless we have triplets.
We'll see. What we're going with right now.
Go with what it is and enjoy what it is.
Right now we have one little angel on her way. Well, she's here already. I mean, like, she hears this whole thing. She's here with us. You want to say something to the camera, sweet pea?
We're already exploiting her, you know, her image.
Kind of.
Sorry, baby. In the future,
kind of. She's veiled. She's protected by Mama's skin. And
please forgive us.
Yes. I know, we're sorry. But yeah, to accept what it is happening, and I think that's like the first step or lesson with anything and everything. You know, like even when there's something that's not your most desirable moment that is happening, it's happening. You know, and for us to resist it only makes it more difficult and more complicated. So it is what it is. Been working on saying thank you to what it is, even when it may not feel so happy inside. And that's also okay. You know what I mean? Like everybody is going through something. And I think that that's the main thing that we're also excited about with our music, with our film, with our projects, is saying like, hey, regardless of what your ideas are, or your beliefs, your race, your economic status, your gender, it doesn't matter. We all experience the same emotions or circumstances, just they're in different packages, if you will. So having that understanding, having that realization for the self, and then going about our day, like recognizing, you know, we had an interesting experience recently with the DMV, you know, and it's always so interesting when
what do you mean?
the lady, how she was just like not in a good mood.
Don't tell them I don't have a driver license, but yeah, it's only European.
He's joking. He has a European driver's license. We're not gonna go down that path. We're not gonna talk about that. Sorry. Next. So basically, it was just that this human was in a really not so great mood, right? And rather than letting it affect us in that moment, like we still were doing our best to connect and be kind. She was not having any of it.
That's part of the job.
And that's okay. And then it's also like, rather than being like, oh, you know, I'm using curse words about her. Rather than going down that was my like sound rather than cursing. It was I don't know what. Anyway, rather than doing that, just being like, okay, this has nothing to do with us. Clearly, she's not having a good life. I was gonna say day, but it seems like she just is not a happy person, and that's
also okay. Whatever you are, just be that and enjoy who you are. And even if you're going through,
I would say like try and be a little happier for yourself.
Yeah, but for yourself. But you never know what they're going through. Yeah. Every single person. We are all going through something, and for some people feel it heavier than others. And we can just try to smile and be kind even when people are not so kind.
Well, and even when you're like having a heavy moment, can you instead like utilize your abilities, your power? You have power, it's in your hands, stuff to us, to be like, okay, this is happening, but at the same time, I'm breathing. You know, at the same time, I have food right now, or I feel comfortable in my space because I'm inside, or I have shoes on. Or, you know, it could be like little things. I have a hand. That works great. I have a very puffy hand.
I'm like, where are the ring knives?
I have pregnancy swollen fingers right now. But it's like, but I still have amazing hands that work. And thank you. So, you know, again, what do you do in your own experience when you're having a not so great moment? And you could change it, right?
You can always react. You can always choose how to respond to, you know, because every day almost there's a moment there's like, that's frustrating. Controlas tus actos. Every time there's some situation that requires for you to be like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to be pissed for the next 20 minutes, or it's enough with 5? And then I bring back and just relax and try to forget about that feeling so you can allow a better feeling.
Heal that feeling, yeah. Do you want to say what we just said, like sum it up in español?
I kind of forgot que iba a hablar en castellano y explicar un poco lo que estamos diciendo, pero ya hemos dicho tantas cosas que es difícil follow up y seguir todo lo que decíamos.
Well, what we were just
pero en general, o lo más esencial es que ella está disfrutando de un embarazo muy deseado y que está saliendo todo muy fluido hasta las últimas semanas, que es más difícil para ella dormir, pero puede valorar a través de esto el trabajo para una mujer, lo importante, y respetar mucho más a una mujer y entender este proceso que es una locura, y entendemos que lo llamen un milagro, y a partir de esto podemos valorar mucho más a las mujeres y apreciar el ser hombres, en mi caso, porque no tenemos que tener estos dolores. O sí, el acompañante es para ella, y bueno, para mí el estar aquí en esta posición, es increíble tener un partner, un marido o novio o compañero o alguien que te pueda ayudar en estos momentos que no son nada sencillos y que cada día se siente un poco más. Así que esta experiencia nos está ayudando a crecer y a estar más unidos todavía y a respetar y valorar más lo que tenemos y disfrutar este estado que tiene ahora y el estado que estará justo después de dar a luz, y estar más light.
Y entonces también las reacciones de cualquier cosa se están ocurriendo en su vida con esa parte de
es importante,
conversación.
Sí, estamos hablando también de que es importante cómo reaccionas, dependiendo, da igual lo que suceda alrededor, lo importante es cómo reaccionas a esos golpes que te envía la vida y a esos momentos difíciles o fáciles, pero cómo reaccionas a cada cosa, ¿sabes? Es importante controlarte a ti mismo y entender que las sensaciones que tenemos son humanas y las vas a sufrir, pero puedes elegir moverte mucho más rápido y no quedarte estancado en un dolor o en unos pensamientos que al fin y al cabo son solo historias que nos contamos a nosotros mismos.
Los pensamientos pueden cambiar o replace con un otro, y a veces son simples. Son simples, como tengo las manos, o estoy respirando.
Tengo comida en el plato.
Sí, o tengo la habilidad para reír. o andar.
Hay que valorar lo que tenemos, no lo que no tenemos. Y hay que disfrutar de lo que tenemos en cada momento. Porque ahora disfrutamos que Brianna está embarazada igual que antes disfrutábamos que no lo estaba, ¿no? Y cada momento tiene sus pros y sus contras. And that's basically what we were trying to say. But you can back to you, ¿no?
Y también it is what it is. Que será. You know, aceptar o aceptar cualquier está pasando. Y entonces, después de esa aceptación, después de esa aceptación, puedes jugar o reír o tener con...
Say it in English, we'll translate it. ¿No?
Take it with good energy, basically.
Pase lo que pase, disfruta y afróntalo con buena energía. That's what she's trying to say.
Exactly.
In Dominican. Oh, that was terrible. En español, ¿no?
Miguel dice como mi acento es una mezcla de dominicana
y
también mexicana.
De New York, you know, no dominicano en República Dominicana, para la influencia del inglés dentro del español.
Sí.
Sí, eso mismo.
Se llama Spanglish.
You find it soon.
New Yorkini.
Yeah.
Entonces.
¿Qué más?
No, es total.
The other thing is just...
terminamos por hoy.
That's the end for today, and please ask whatever you feel
Yeah, keep
like.
asking questions. So, like, some of that was based around some messages we've received, just about, like, how's your pregnancy, what's it like, how you feeling. So, I hope we answered your questions, and we thank you very much for all of your comments and all of your support, and we love you, and we have more projects coming muy temprano, and that was my, like, intentionally English, Americano, Espanol, and more to come soon, including little Bebe BriGuel. So we wish you the best day. We wish you lots of fun and play and seeing things for as they are. And then once you see them for as they are and accept them for as they are, having the ability to play and have fun and
that's
make
about it
your world a little happier.
And that's about it for today. Next time in BriGuel.